bet it all, bet it all, maybe. Ride too high, burn too fast, cash in my pockets gone in the blast. Bet it all, bet it all, bet it all, maybe. I learned the hard way what hunger can do. It puts on a diamond face, then it runs right through you. One step back, one breath in, a little less thunder, a little more skin. No more craving, no more show. I want my feet on the ground, where the real ones grow. Bet it all, bet it all, bet it all, baby. Bet it all, bet it all, bet it all, maybe. Ride too high, burn too fast, cash in my pockets gone in the blast. Bet it all, bet it all, bet it all, baby. I burned my lesson, now I know. Bet it all, and watch it go. Step up, step up, step up. Step up, step up. Step up, step up, step up. Saw the screen glow green, thought I had the code. One tap, one grin, then I doubled my load. Borrowed time, borrowed pride, pushed it to the edge with my finger on the slide. Fresh white shoes on the shaky floor. One more click, I was asking for more. Big talk, big ring, thin as smoke. I was dancing with fire and I felt that choke. Heart in my throat, hand on the wheel. I kept saying maybe, like maybe it was real. One more swing, one more spin. The house was smiling, letting me in. Bet it all, bet it all, bet it all, baby. Bet it all, bet it all, bet it all, maybe. Ride too high, burn too fast, cash in my pockets gone in the blast. Bet it all, bet it all, bet it all, baby. Bet it all, baby. Now the room went cold when the line turned red. Tall, tall dreams fell down like a stack of lead. I chased that shine through a hungry rush. Found a velvet trap in a glossy crush. Every win got loud, every loss got mean. I was rich for a second, then I split the scene. No chain, no crown, no lucky hand, just a mouth full of dust where my promise had been. Oh, heart in my throat, hand on the wheel. I kept saying maybe, like maybe it was real. One more swing, one more spin. The house was smiling, letting me in. Bet it all, bet it all, bet it all, baby. Bet it all, bet it all, bet it all, maybe. Ride too high, burn too fast, cash in my pockets gone in the blast. Bet it all, bet it all, bet it all, baby. I learned the hard way what hunger can do. It puts on. I'm away from the porch, dust on my Chevy tail. One suitcase, one good shirt, and a pocket full of mail. I learned to read the weather by the bend in the corn. Then I traded that river road ticker runs red. Learn the game by the minute with a pad and a thread. From soybean fields to big deals, I can read a room. Every rise, every fall feels like thunder in June. Taller buildings, hard to rise. Cold cash, cold skies. I held my breath, I held my ground. Then I heard that city sound. Boots in New York, heart still small town. I bet on the name and I never back down. From dirt roads to gold floors, I found my way. Boots in New York, I'm still that boy today. Back home they still call me son, still say don't forget where the fields meet the sunset and the nights get wet. So I keep one foot in the past, one on the floor. Every win I bring back is for the folks I'm for. Boots in New York, heart still small town. I bet on my name and I never back down. From dirt roads to gold floors, I found my way. Boots in New York, I'm still that boy today. Yeah, I'm still that boy today. From the dirt road to the trade. Boots in New York. Hey. Shots on the wall, coffee gone cold, finger on the trigger, heart runs bold. Tick tock tick, red turns green. Is this that flip or the start of a scene? Every candle feels like a question. Every heartbeat bets on direction. I'm caught in the curve of the line, right on the edge of the sign. Oh, turn or trend, they both bend, riding that swing to the very last, stand up and down. Again, again, are we in a storm or a perfect friend? Turn or trend, they both bend. I can feel it in the air like wind blow right through. Break then blend, I just wanna dance it out. Turn or trend.
Good morning, guys. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Sound check, mic check, vibe check. Let me know if you guys hear me okay, if the visuals are good. We're pretty trading early in the morning, taking the scalps as they come. I have a buy setup coming up here. This is the buy block, right? With the first sell signal into a buy block, which usually is a pretty decent bounce trade. So we're going to try and trade this to the long side at the close of the candle. If this thing stays red on a dot, we're going to try and buy it on the close of the candle, looking for a little bit of a bounce here. Let's see if we're going to be able to get it. We have 10 seconds left on the candle. Oh, nope. All right. The dot disappeared. So I cancel the trade. we'll try to stay patient, see if we can get a little bit of a better fill as it comes in. We made a few good trades already this morning, as you can see over here. These are the wealth charts, buy blocks and sell blocks. It's a little bit, onerous, so I kind of like to just mute them. But you can see, the most recent signal was a buy block, so therefore we went long on these on this trade and went long in the 42 account. This trade made money. Now let's go to the 50 account, which we're going to rotate accounts. Basically, still operating under basically the buy condition. If I get a red dot here, I want to be a buyer, and then we'll play it as it lands. Hello, Peter. Hello, Michael. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Hope you guys are having a good day. Oh, I forgot to tell you. So I passed my. I really grinded this out. Let me show this to you. I really ground this out yesterday. It's kind of crazy. Let me show you the amount of trades I had to do. This was this account. I passed the 50,000 funded. Sorry, let me go to reports. This one, and let's do it. I don't know, this week. Let me just show you. Damn it. Tradingview is choking. You know what? Hang on a second. Let me, this month, download CSV. Nah, it's not letting me do it. It's choking. All right. We got a buy signal over here. 44 seconds left. Right over here. Nice, clean move here. Actually, damn, this should have been the buy signal. I'm already late. Not taking this trade. One of the things that I really taught myself in trying to do a lot of this stuff is if you missed the first signal, don't take the second. This is your profit right here. This was the profit trade. Once you're taking the profit trade, you're already putting yourself at a very bad disadvantage. Can it go higher? Absolutely. Is it a good risk trade? No, it's not. This is, the right trade was here. I just missed the trade here. Excuse me. Oh, yeah. Sorry, I got distracted trying to show you the account. Let me see if I can pull it up this way. Nah, the reporting function is not working in Tradingview. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. How's your morning going? So again, the trade was here, right over here. This candle. I'm not chasing this one right over here on a nice turn. We're going to try and stay as disciplined as possible because I really ground out this this account. I wanted to I'm going to see if I can. Let me see if this is Tradingview is going to. It's not going to. It's choking on its own. See if I can get the reporting done. It's not exporting its data. See, anyways, this account is at 53. All right. I guess I can't pull it. Whatever. So yes, this is going higher. It's a good trade, but it wasn't a trade for us because we missed the entry here. That's fine. We'll wait for the next one. How's everybody doing trading the dots? No news today, except for Fed minutes later. And then, of course, don't forget, we're all getting together at 3:30 to trade NVIDIA earnings. and have a good time with that, hopefully. Really nice moves from like 5 o'clock in the morning today. Nice big swings up, big swings down. It was super easy to trade today. Man, I don't know what's going on with Tradingview. It's not exporting. So we're starting to use these buy blocks, which are basically indications of buying or selling strength. And the way we're trading this is the most recent block controls the bias. So right now, the most recent block is the buy block. Like if you were are going to replay here, see the most recent, in this particular case, when we're over here, the most recent block is the sell block. So the bias is to the short side, which means that what we're trying to do when the bias is to the short side, we try to sell the blues, sell the purples, even sell the first white, right? So you can sell the purple, sell the first white, because you're fading strength in a sell block, and you're fading weakness in a buy block, right? And so, like, let's go through this. Okay, now we get now the most immediate bias is to the upside. So we have a positive bias, and under a positive bias, we would be buying over here. This one doesn't work. We buy this 135. I think it comes down against us. Yes, I think it does. I think it crashes. So the buy bias fails. So that means now we're in, much more of a sell bias. Still buy block is dominating, but we're no longer taking that trades because they got blown. Now we know full sell bias. We're taking the sell trades. And we're not taking the because it's a sell. It's basically the buy bias got blown out. That the whole block got blown out means that we want to be actually selling these white dots, because there is nothing supporting us to think that it's a good buy bias. I would have probably taken the second one, because once you have a second dot confirmation, you kind of want to get long. But even here, what was this? Well, you could have made money. It was like a 1-to-1 reward ratio, but it still looks like a sell bias, and it's only over here that it starts to begin to support a buy bias. Now we're back to the sell bias over here, which means I'm selling the blues right over here. You sell the rallies because they are fake, and it would have been a small. You would have made money here because it was a very small risk, small reward. Now we reverse back to the upside, and now we basically buying. Now we're much more likely to buy, and we want to buy the yellows. Fade the yellows. So you're in at 11 here. And boom, 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 you see how it recovers. So you're using these blocks to kind of buy the dips or sell the rips depending on where the block is at. And that really helps you orient yourself. So you see this is a red bias, and you want to sell the blues, especially around the you sell the blue over here. Selling the blue over here was a little too early, but you would have sold the blue over here, you're fine. You would have totally reversed the trade. Here, selling the blue over here, 85. You may have gotten stopped out. It depends. No, actually, you wouldn't have. You 85. This dipped all the way here to 72. You're fine. You would have survived this before the whole thing started to reverse back up, and now it became a buy bias. Good morning, Clean Cyber. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I'm just going through, like, using the blocks as bias. As buy sell block bias ideas to help us, to help us with precision, and also to help us take advantage of trades that are not obvious. like sells that are actually buys that are actually sells, because the order block gives us the hidden bias that we can use in the market. Oh, all right. Looks like finally the Tradingview files started to download. Let me see if I can get this down. Let me see, 3017 this month. Download. Okay, cool. All right, so let me analyze my. I'm gonna analyze my thing. Just one sec. Give me a sec, guys. While markets are quiet, we get a chance. I'm gonna show you what I did with this account. You're gonna get a chance to see it. Okay, so I'm gonna drop. Oops, shit. Sorry. Okay, this is my account that I just passed, right? My Tradingview account. Let's analyze my see 3004, blah blah blah. Actually, that's not accurate. It's I think it's 104. Yeah. Analyze files. That's correct. Now this is correct. So I made 3,000. Hit my target. It's actually, I'm surprised at how low this is for me. Usually I'm like at around 20-30% of commissions. So that means I've been doing a pretty good job of running these numbers. And this is how, the funding went. Obviously, Monday I had like a really, really big day. I took a couple of really big trades and made it happen. Here's the analysis of how I traded, on an hourly basis. It's interesting. I want to look by the number of trades. Actually, best P&L, worst. Let's see. Worst P&L. Where's my worst P&Ls? 7 a.m., 7 to 6 p.m. Okay, best P&Ls were 9 o'clock. Look at that. 3 p.m., 2 p.m., 8 a.m. Okay. Basically all morning, good win rates. Pretty well, all week were pretty well distributed. 40 trades a day. There's a lot of trades. This is what I wanted to show you. That's actually surprising. So this is what I want to show you. I made all my money. I'm actually surprised. That's surprising. I didn't think I think when my one contract is basically my first entry, and 2 to 5 contracts is my second and third entry. But this is what I want to show you. I'm actually surprised I made money on this. Because I thought the one contract would be close to 51, 52%. In other words, I'm not as accurate in the first trade, but I'm very, very accurate on the second and third trades. But here, this actually shows that using the order blocks has really improved my accuracy on the first trade. That's actually very, very good news. 131 trades at around 68% win rate is very good, and average P&L is very good. So it's a pretty equal distribution. That means the order blocks are really giving me an edge. Whereas I didn't have as strong an edge on the first trade. Before all my money was made on the second and third entry, which wiped out the losses and created the wins. Profit factor is really strong on this. The risk reward is relatively flat. Really, this is a pretty good results. These are all really good. Look, and pretty equal on longs and shorts. It's definitely a skew to the long side, but not a big one. It's not like the shorts were complete losers. Still long. So, it's interesting. Definitely interesting. Really good results. And I just wanted to kind of share that with you. That was the account that just got filled. And this is really me trading 1-2 lots. 1-2 lots. That's the whole point. Oops, we missed the buy trade here, guys. Sorry. I keep yapping. I keep missing trades. But, we got plenty of time. I just wanted to I wanted to kind of go through all of this with you and kind of understand how all of this is working. Which order blocks am I using? I'm actually using my own, but you can use order block detector from Lux Algo, which works fine, which matches a lot of mine. And eventually, I'll be able to give you the ones that I created myself, the ICTs. They're not much different. As I said, with well charts, you could simply use the Ninjacators supply and demands, and they're good enough. You can see, like, for example, right now, Ninjacator is showing you that the most recent bias is to the upside. All of this, you're always operating on the most recent, bias support, and that means you want it to be long on all these trades. I missed these big moves. I'm sorry, I'm yapping, but there's plenty. We'll have plenty of opportunity to trade more. So the idea of the order blocks is to simply give you a bias orientation, which then helps you buy the sells and sell the buys, which gives you some very interesting edge in the market. What is the wealth chart version to use? Whatever you use. I'm just using my wealth chart with my Apex accounts. There's no such thing as a wealth chart version. It just comes, if you have an Apex account, you have it. Market looks pretty strong ahead of NVIDIA, so it's pretty impressive. Again, bias continues to be to the upside, which means the initial sells here, we're going to try and buy them. Here we're getting what I call the engulfing dot, which means that if this candle comes up with a green dot and engulfs this yellow candle, it's a pretty bullish construct. You can see the engulfing dot over here, the engulfing dot over here, the engulfing dot over here. All of those patterns are really, really good. Ninjacator. Oh, it's called Ninjacator, right? Ninjacator. Thanks, Michael. Yes. Ninjacator. Market's still pretty bullish. 37 seconds left. This candle stays as a green dot. I'll go with it. It's not like my ideal setup, but it's good enough that I definitely want to take it. It is an engulfing of this yellow, so still very bullish. Let me show you all the engulfing patterns. This is an engulfing dot. This is an engulfing dot. Oops, let's go. All right, I'm in the trade. Take that trade. All right, nice. Took that trade. We're out of that trade. Very, very quick scalp. But this is an engulfing dot too. An engulfing dot is basically a green dot against the yellow or a red dot against the blue. It reverses the selling pause and creates a buying momentum into the move. And you can see that in a strong trend up or down, it's usually a very good signal. Everybody sees what I'm showing you? Yes, yes, yes. Good morning, everybody. Come on, sleepy eyes. It's 8:30. Everybody's kind of just still waking up. 5:30 on the West Coast. Where is everybody coming to me from? Where is it like some crazy hour of the night or day that you're trading with me at. I know the West Coast is 5:30 in the morning. You're all here bright and early, bushy-tailed. Where's Ben? Is Ben with us today, or is he still asleep? Oh, Ben, there you are. Ben, so my stops and targets, my brackets are 20 points opening, right? Opening. I try not to risk more than 20 points. But remember, it's always organic to the thing. In this case, it was like a 10-point. It was even like maybe a 6-point stop. So it was a 6-point target. I'm trying to get as much as I can on a 1-to-1 risk reward ratio. But sometimes it's 1-to-1. It's 0.7 to 1, somewhere around there. But every single candle has a different risk reward because it's intrinsic to the candle, right? What is that saying? Trading well charts and can't trade MNQ, so not seeing the same dots. Why can't you trade MNQ? Anderson, welcome from Oslo. Why can't you trade MNQ? It's right there. All right, having a little bit of a, again, sell off over here. So this is one of those setups that's kind of counterintuitive. If we get a red dot here, we're actually going to consider that to be a buy signal. The reason we're going to consider it to be a buy signal is because this is the first red dot against a buy order block. So we're still, sort of positive. We're looking for a little bit of a bounce on this particular move, but we actually need a red dot. Let's see. We're going to go to our well charts and see if this trade works for us. See, they don't even let you buy it. They don't let you buy it. It just pops up, and we got nothing. It was almost like, I wanted to buy it here, and it just popped against me. So that's fine. So as a rule of thumb, what do you adjust it to? Generally 1-to-1, Ben, but these are fast trades. So sometimes, I'm just trying to manage, like if I'm super fast if I'm on a small candle and it's giving me quick profit, I'll just take the profit, Oh, sorry guys, I'm yapping. I should have taken this trade. Sorry guys. It's hard to explain and trade at the same time. But the good thing is there's 1,000 trades every single day with what I'm doing. So your job is just to isolate the setups, and then you can practice them yourself. But again, this is kind of a variant. This is the same thing. Look at this. I just told this was an engulfing dot. An engulfing dot is like one of the easiest trades for us to make. It's an engulfing dot. So you got a yellow candle over here. You got a dot that's an engulfing dot. Should have been right in there, right? Should have been right in, taking that dot. It's kind of like the engulfing candle, except it's better. Much more accurate in a range. Yeah, you don't. It's not. What you need to do in well charts is look for something called ninja caters. Let me show you where you find it. Sorry. The only problem with well charts is like you have like the least amount of granularity. So still, by the way, in well charts, still showing you a nice big buy block condition. Ninja caters. You're going to go into add indicators. You're going to just type in Ninja, and these are the ones you want to choose: supply and demand, right? And then you're fine. I guess I'll just leave these on here, even though they just are sort of very boxy. It's still good for us to see, all the support areas here for the for the bias. Oh, I start with one. That 53,000 was earned one micro at a time. So the way we trade, which is a little bit unique, is I have like a 4-sequence trade because I don't consider my first trade to be my only trade. So if I'm in a position and it gets stopped out, I pause, I wait for another setup to take place, either a setup in the same direction, basically sometimes we get stopped out and the setup repeats, or the whole trend completely changes and we go the other direction. At that point, I go 2 micros, right, to kind of do that. If I'm wrong again, I'll do 4 micros, and if I'm wrong again, which is very rare, I have to go 4 deep. I will go 8 micros. My job is to almost never go beyond level 2. If I'm doing a good job, as you can see in that analysis of my trades, I really was very, very good at keeping everything. Where's this thing? Keeping pretty much everything. See, I only went to level 3 times in the whole thing. Very, very little, right? And that's what I'm trying to do. This is level 1, level 2, level 3. Almost never get in there in that account. And I think I got better as I started trading, as we kept using the order blocks. So that's how we keep growing the account, because we don't we take stops, but we don't quit on trades. Okay, this is come on. All right, I'm gonna wait patiently. Not a dot. Let me see if this is gonna be a dot. Market looks like it's kind of double topping over here. What time is it? Oh, it's 8:35, 8:45. You get different dots. Use Tradingview and then just simply execute on wall charts. That's what I do. All right, 16, 17 seconds left. We're gonna take a plunge on this trade. So here's the only problem with these trades. You don't have a natural stop, so you kind of have to. I'm gonna do join bid. All right, I'm in the trade. You kind of have to create a reasonable stop. So my reasonable stop is going to be underneath here, and my reasonable exit will be somewhere around here. See if I get a bounce back. I'm not holding my breath here, but because this has already been a relatively mature trend, so we could get correction. But let's just see if I get a reversal. So I put a stop basically above this buy block as my stop. And I'm probably going to just simply take a quick profit, scalp profit, because again, I have a lot less confidence in like a third or fourth sell-off than I would in a engulfing bounce, because this could bounce, but it was a pretty weak bounce. Like I did, the market gave me a favor, take that bounce, and I took a little bit of it, and I'll move on. Can I adjust the borders to make them lighter and make the blocks opaque for the nature? Okay, let's do that. All right, Wally, guide me through. So if we go into parameters, opacity. Is it more opacity or less opacity? We want more opacity, right? Want it to be more opaque, like 80? Apply? No, it's the other way around. 10? Is that better? Yeah, but then I don't know if this is a buy. I guess I assume it's a buy because it's below. But that's really too opaque. We actually have a sell signal here, guys. Let's not fuck around. I have a sell signal in this trade. So I'm going to join ask. And now it's a clean sell signal against this particular candle. and I'm going to try and see if I could make it. Come on. See, I'm fucking around with the indicator. I should have just been taking, fuck. See, I was fucking around with the indicator, and I should have taken the trade. All right, let's see if the trade still holds to the downside. This was our trade. It went to target, and I was just late at trying to set up the target. All right, let's see if we can fix this fucking thing. 20, apply. All right, I guess this is better, right? This is okay. What do you think it is? Thumbs up, thumbs down. Is this cleaner for you guys to see? $25. Well, I made it 20. I think 20 is fine. So obviously, when we're trading dots, it creates what I call natural stops, which is much easier to to work with. In this case, I actually have a bigger skew than I like. I usually like to do 0.7, so it should be probably maybe about 8 on my target. But I don't give a shit. I just want to. If this thing comes down, I hope I can get it resolved. I'm actually, I don't know. Fuck it. You know what? I don't like this trade. I'm going to flatten it out. The trade was there before. Okay, I'm gonna close the blocks for now. See what's going on over here. I missed the other thing. I really a lot of discipline. A lot of the reason why I've done so well on that account was because I will close a whole bunch of trades instead of patiently waiting to get stopped out. What I mean by that is, in this particular case, this was a trade. This was the take profit. I was late to the take profit, right? So now I'm just kind of holding, hoping that it's going to go. It teases me, doesn't go. Now, can it drop all the way down? Yes. Who gives a shit? If it drops all the way down, it creates a new trade setup for me. If it goes all the way up, it's an unnecessary stop. I missed my target. Now I was in what's called hope strategy. Hope is not a strategy. So fuck hope. I cut it out. And whether I'm right or wrong, it's the right decision, right? If this thing drops, big fucking deal. If this thing rallies, I save myself a lot of money. So, oh really? Ben says there was another Apex sale via email saying big announcement coming in the next several days. I have a suspicion. I think I know what's coming, guys. That's going to be super, super exciting. I am definitely going to do it with you guys if I suspect. I can't tell you, but I suspect, I think I know what's coming. This thing has been in the works forever. Okay, so what is this saying? Where's the Apex email? I don't have it in my box. You already got it? Where'd you get the email? I don't have anything in my email. Well, I could be wrong. That's why I don't want to say it. 8:40 a.m. Huh. I got nothing. Let me see if it's in my other box. Nope. I guess you're more important, Ben. You are more important than I am. Anyways, by the way, you see how this thing popped up and would have stopped me out? Or maybe not quite stopped me out over here. Whatever. As I said, there was no reason to hold that trade. There'll be another trade. There'll be another setup. The great thing about the way we trade is we generally get a setup every 10 minutes, which means you have 5 setups between, let's say, 4 setups every hour. Let's just be, degrade, which means that you have, like, if you're trading for 5 hours, you have 20 possible setups. All right, here comes let's see how this is looking on the charts. Still positive bias and I will have, this is not even an engulfing. This is a confirmatory dot. So we're going to watch this dot. If this dot stays white, we're going to go long this trade. This is basically an engulfing dot is a dot that is a green dot or a white dot that engulfs the yellow. Confirmatory dot is one that engulfs the blue. The blue is a bullish signal. Yellow is a bearish signal or pre-signal. Let's say it's called a pre-signal. And now we just simply wait, and we'll see if this trade works. Join bid. 11, 12 seconds left. All right, I'm in the trade. A little bit too early. A little bit too fucking early. Okay, so I'm moving this trade underneath this candle. It's about only an 8-point risk, which means I'm really going to be like a 5-point reward on this thing. Let's see if we get any push higher. So there are a couple of interesting risk mitigation strategies that we use that is unusual, I think, to what a lot of other people who live trade do. We don't copy trade. So we don't amplify our rewards or amplify our risks. Because if you notice that if you're copy trading, if you make a mistake on one account, you make a mistake on all of them. So what we like to do is actually distribute our risk by account. So we will take one trade per account. If that trade is successful, we go on to the next account, and we kind of distribute successful trades all across the account. Then if we need to repair the trade, we will repair that trade in that one account. So that means if we get stuck in an account, only that one account suffers a kind of a deeper loss, and we're not distributing our losses across multiple accounts. So we flip the whole risk model on its head by doing that. Oh, yeah, sure, Michael. So when you're buying, the difference between bid and market, when you're buying, just waiting to see if this thing moves here. It's really, really slow. Hang on just 1 second, guys. Sorry. My glasses are all foggy. I can't see anything on the screen. Come on. Come to Papi. Let's go. What am I looking at? What's my target? 48.25? Come on, 48. 48. Give me 48. Oh, Jesus Christ. Man. Okay. Fuck. What was the high? 47.75. Half a point to my target. Annoying. Sorry, I missed a lot of times I will manually kind of exit my trade. So difference between buy market. When you buy market, you're paying the spread. Remember, the spread is between bid and ask, right? Very often in NASDAQ, it's about 3/4 of a point. So you're paying 3/4 of a point more than, fuck. Now we get tagged out on this one. So, which I kind of suspected because I knew this was going to be a short target. Now we're going to go to 2 size and try to find our next setup for this thing, see if we can repair the trade. So the reason I like to go buy bid is because I want to save money on my entry. If I can buy bid, I'm usually saving a point, which of course gives me better risk reward ratios. The risk of that is the trade can run away from me and I don't get into a trade. But usually if I'm in a quiet situation, I like to buy bid, meaning join bid. When it says join bid, I'm basically buying bid. And when I'm selling, I want to be joining ask. Again, it's all just to shave the spread and give myself a little bit better price entry. All right, how are we looking over here? So we got a yellow box. Now this is a secondary sell. I'm actually going to go now into the sell mode. If this red dot holds, we're now in the sell mode because this is now a secondary sell dot, lower low on the sells. That means the sellers are starting to accelerate the move. And we've got 31 seconds left. And I'm actually here going to join ask. I'm going to try and see if I can sell it on the ask, get myself into a better execution. Right? Let's get rid of this. But the dot has got to hold. So far, the dot is not holding. 16, 15 seconds, it keeps rallying, right? So selling hasn't accelerated. No signal, no trade. I'm using a kind of a modified strategy, right, Carrick? Remember, because I'm starting with such a small base, right? Such a small base. Like, I'll give you an example. If I lose on all four levels, which is where I stop and I kind of repair. I've only lost 25% of my total budget. I have a $2,000 budget, right? And it's a little bit more. It's about $600. So instead of $500. So the worst that happens to me is if I lose level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4. I've only lost 25% of my budget on that particular sequence in that particular one account. So yes, to answer your question, yes. But it's a very, very structured, strategy. Yeah, buy on bid, sell and ask is kind of like my mantra. Does that make sense, Carrick? You understand what I'm saying? You guys vibing me? Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning. So who said somebody, where was somebody coming from to me today? Some crazy ass place. Where did I see this? Oh, it's just a whole bunch of Europeans. Anybody coming to me from Asia or Africa today or Middle East? Is Middle East in Asia? Like, is that part of the Asia continent? Like, is Saudi Arabia, Egypt is in Africa, but is Saudi Arabia, UAE, Israel, Lebanon, where are they? Are they in Asia? Is Lebanon in Asia? Is Israel in Asia? Tells you this is American education at its best. Seriously? It's part of the Asian continent? Huh. So the Mediterranean goes to Asia? I guess it does. Huh. I guess Turkey, Turkey is between Europe and Asia, Mediterranean. Yeah, that makes sense. Wow. That's so wild to realize that. Yeah, I guess East. You're right, Donald. You're right, Donald. I remember like a long time ago, one of the Israeli prime ministers, Ehud Barak, was on American TV. He's trying to explain the shitstorm that they were in at that point. And he goes, "You must understand, this is not the Middle West. This is the Middle East." I thought that was a very funny line. Yeah, I guess you ain't in Kansas anymore when you're over there. Okay, let's look a look. Ooh, shit! Look at these. Oh, sorry, guys. One of the frustrating parts is that I think what's happening is that ooh, look at that. I'm just looking at the signals here. Yeah, we'll take this. I think I'm going to take, even though this is still a lower low on the sell side. So we're going to just join ask over here. Oh, sorry, I got to be over here. Join ask. I'm on the fucking thing. Sorry, join ask. Can I get this? There we go. Okay, I'm in the trade. Natural stop against this high. Let's see if we get a little bit of a extension move to the downside. Sorry, I forgot I was in well charts. I'm trying to trade this account. Excuse me. Oh, man. I'm going to flatten out, take that trade, and basically recover this account to net positive. My greatest weakness is I always close too early, but if you stay patient, you actually can totally P&L this nicely. Okay, going back up to to 1. See, this is what I mean about resolving at 2. I'll go back to 1, rotating to the 51 account. Let's see what we can do over here. Oops, what happened here? Okay, see what signals we get over here. So this was a legit short signal. It was a little borderline because what I want to see is I want the close to be lower than the prior dot, but this was definitely lower than this dot over here. And we're just trying to, we just follow the classic, lower lows, higher highs structure when we're trading this. This was already, you see, this was a buy block over here. So the buy to dip mentality was operating over here. Once that sequence is done, unless you get a fresh buy block, this is already old news. It's no longer the bias. Now you see actually the sell block developing. So now we have a sell bias, which is great because if it starts to accelerate to the downside and then starts to print a little bit of blue candles, we can sell those blue candles because the sell bias is going to be the new operating environment. And that's how we change our minds on a moment by moment basis as we follow the market. Okay. Everybody follow me? That's sort of my minute by minute, day to day analysis. Now, if you're sort of a pure momentum trader, you got the sub block over here. You absolutely could take this trade over here. You could say, okay, I'm going to trade the continuity here. As a matter of fact, let me just do this with you guys on this account. And again, natural stop against this candle, small target over here. Let's see if we can make this happen. Because momentum is on my side. I want to be on the side of where the flow is. Let's see if this one gets developed. And if I can get it done, we'll see if I can get it done. Yeah, Carrick, it is. And the idea is to obviously stay ahead of the game, right? The whole point is, if you think about this, Carrick, the market is, and there we go. And just clip a little bit, just clip a little bit at a time. The whole point is I want to trade with the immediate strength. If I can get immediate strength, in this case, the strength is the sell side. That's where I want to position myself because that's the highest probability trade. This is what I mean about when I showed you the trade analyzer of my stuff, and I was surprised at how much better level 1 was. My first entry was. It was around 68% accuracy. The reason why it really improved was because I started to put much more using these order blocks. I put the odds on my side, but the odds are small. It's not like it's going to give you $1 million point, direction. You see, it just basically gave you, more or less equal, a little bit, sometimes 0.7 of your risk extension. But if you know how to extract that small profit over and over again through scalping, you put the edge on your side because now you're like anytime you're, above 65 to 70 on a, 1-to-1, 0.8 to 1 type of ratio, your net positive expectancy, you're doing a good job. Okay, now let's come back over here and see again what's happening here. This is a blue candle, right? Blue candle, it shows buyers coming back into the market, but it's against a red block that usually gives me confidence that there's going to be a little bit more selling. It's kind of, I call it the retrace candle. So we're going to move over to wealth charts, and I'm going to we're going to join ask. Try to sell this. Did I get in there? Yeah, I'm in there. And see, and boom, 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 boom. And I'm going to flatten out for nice $20 in less than 10 seconds. That's all I want. I want that 20 every 10 seconds. Clip it, clip it, clip it, move over. Clip it, move over. And that's how you make $400 or $500 across these accounts very, very quickly with minimal amount of risk. See, I actually, and again, as usual, I fucking pulled my trigger too early. I got to keep my mind out of the gutter. But yeah, you know, I exit too early. That's always my trade. But on the other hand, was it a bird in hand is better than two in the bush? It's a lot more work the way I do it because I have to, go over and over and over. Like for anybody who holds longer than me makes half as many trades to get as much profit as I do. But just my personality. So let me show this to you on the chart so you guys see what the structure was. Oh wait, sorry. This was the account. Let me go. So we're in negative territory. We had a sell condition over here. Let me see if Ninja Crackers had a see. The most recent block was a sell block over here, right? So we're following the sell block. That means the rally up here, this little blue candle, was a sell, not a buy. This looks like buyers are coming in, but they're fighting this big wall of selling. So the higher probability is to sell the high. You have a great entry, very, very little risk. Boom, drops like a stone, right? That's the idea that you want to operate with when you're working with the candles, the dots. Oh, God, this is the only thing I fucking hate about this. And and all the stuff. Once you understand the process, it's so repetitive. And the beautiful thing about learning how to scalp is because you can do this 50 times a day, in 1 week, you're going to get more practice than most people get in a year trading any other strategy. So because you're going to get a huge amount of reps, you're going to get better really, really fast. And the better you get, the more consistent you get. You're also completely in sync with what every single prop firm wants you to do, which is to have zero drawdown. Remember, I'm always exiting at the high peak of my equity. You can see that almost in all of my conditions, I'm like this. I have like $2,500 of drawdown, and I'm at $2,400, right? I'm never in a situation where I let my profits run, then come back against me, and now I only have $1,000 worth of drawdown. I'm always pretty much at maximum drawdown, which is why none of my accounts get blown out because of drawdown. They only get blown out because I tilt. I get stubborn. I get big size, and I tilt. That's why I went to one contract, 1, 2, 4, 8. That's it. That's the amount of size I give myself. It's actually interesting psychological trick, right? I think, and this is why it's working for me. Maybe it'll work for you. So let's take a look. Let me just see if we got any more setups over here. 1 sec before I start waxing philosophical here. So where are we at? Okay, sell dominating. This is probably still a sell. Like I would have sold this. This would have been a good sell, right? I just fucked this up because I'm yapping, but whatever. we'll wait patiently a little bit to see how the market wants to play this out. So my mom was a very tough Russian lady. Always told me that, if you want, like, for example, most people fail their diets. Do you know why most people fail their diets? Because they're told not to eat something. They're told not to eat something. The moment you're told can't have sweets, can't have this, can't have that, eat whatever alfalfa shit that they give you, you're never going to stick to the diet, right? However, if you make a completely different rule, which is you say to yourself, I can eat whatever the hell I want, I'm just going to eat exactly half the serving. So whatever is on my plate, I'm going to eat half and either save the rest or throw it away. Just throw it the fuck away or save the rest. So that mentality actually really, really works at helping you lose weight. Try it. Don't ever deny yourself anything. Just eat half of whatever it is that you're going to eat as a portion. So what I was saying about, why I think I started trading better is because before I would be like, okay, I'm going to do this. And I'm going to tell myself, I'm never going to get larger. I'm never going to get larger. I'm never going to get larger on the account because that's how you tilt, right? And you deny yourself getting larger. By denying yourself getting larger, you will inevitably get larger and blow up the account in a single trade. You're going to go 10 large because you're going to get pissed and you're going to revenge trade and trade the account. But if you say to yourself, I am going to allow myself to get larger, but sequentially, 1, 2, 4, 8, and those gaps between those sizes are going to be based upon actual setups on the chart. So they're naturally going to have some pacing, and then I'm going to have more pacing by rotating accounts. You're able to do exactly the same idea of like half portion. You're allowing yourself the thing you want to do, but in a way that is not as toxic to the overall behavior. It's kind of interesting, Can you use the same strategy on NinjaTrader? So people have been begging me to write the dots for NinjaTrader, and honestly, guys, I absolutely can do it. It's just that I haven't had time, but I will. I'm working on this really, really cool AI course for everybody, and once I finish that, we will. I'll try to create it for NinjaTrader. The dots for NinjaTrader. But yes, I mean, eventually it's going to be coming. It's not that hard. But that's why we all use TradingView and Wealth Charts, so you can see all those things. Michael says he's got 4 monitors. I have like a large wide monitor and 2 side monitors on my Mac. Probably could. I wonder. I wonder. So I got this thing. This is, by the way, the greatest thing. Let me see if I can show this to you. Hang on. Let me find it. I don't want to show you my whole Amazon shopping history because I'm sure you really don't care about dog food. But let me find you this particular item that I bought. It's called Monitor. Ah, fuck. Where's my history? Returns and orders. Oh, monitors. Oh, here it is. Yes. Okay. So I bought this in October. Let me show this to you guys. So this is a cheap way to achieve multiple monitors. I absolutely love this. This is a double monitor, right? One side to the other side. It's a USB plug-in. It just plugs in. I have it running on my Mac. And I'm not sure, but I think, and I wonder, and it's got everything it's got display linked built into it, so it's really, really good. It actually works super well. It reconfigures itself. I think you actually could take the Mac Mini and plug 2 of these and a big screen. So like I'm actually fooling around with this idea. Michael, you gave me now you tempted me to do this, where I would have 2. So I would have 4 and then 1 in the middle, which would be really cool. I think I could do this. I think it's feasible, but I can double check. But this thing is, you're getting 2 monitors and they're portable. You can literally take them with you. Let me give you the link. Where's that little oh shit. Where's that little link to this thing? They have like an abbreviated link. Fuck, where is it? I can't find it. I wonder if this is going to fit into the thing. All right, I just put the link in there if you guys want to see it. All right, we're just chilling out. Market going to open up in about 10-15 minutes. Not much going on in front of it, so we're just going to bide our time, not rush into any unnecessary trades. Honestly, resolution is, it doesn't matter. Like, I think people completely overhype the need. This is all browser based. It's, everything is indicator based. You don't need super sharp resolution. As long as you see the dots, as long as you see the lines, as long as you see the structures. Like this is a sell, by the way, guys, right? It's a sell. So let's go. I see this over here. Join ask. Let's see if this is going to work for us. See, I don't think I need a lot of resolution. I just need to be accurate in my assessment of entry and risk, and then from there on, I'm okay. There we go. Come on, let's go. Done. See, I don't need resolution. I just need to be right. Yeah, 44. Yeah, 440 Canadian. That's cool. That's like $100, right? No, I'm just kidding you. Yeah, you could also use a large screen and simulate 4 screens on it too, right? You're right, Ben. Like, I have a big wide monitor that I'm broadcasting to you guys with that have a couple of things in between. But honestly, I got to tell you, I like little separate monitors because it's very like when you have a big screen, big monitor, you have to position the windows, and I have like a little rectangle thing. It's annoying. You have to have software to control the hardware. When you have hardware, purely division by hardware, it's a lot easier. And like this portable monitor is literally like, I think 18 inches standing up. So I could probably have it on my other side of the desk because I now have like a really big desk. Now I'm obsessed with this idea. And I'm gonna the moment I get off stream, I'm gonna go research and see if I could plug in 2 more monitors into the screen and run 4 monitors and a middle screen. I don't blame you, Reginald, man. What's the bias on the open? There's no bias on the open. It's usually a pump and dump, Marius. You're gonna see whatever is the first candle in the open usually gets reversed. We no longer, we never trade the open bias because it's always it's almost always a trap. But in the near-term bias, if you ask me what's the near-term bias right now, it's still a sell bias. It's still a sell bias, which is why we sold this blue. We sold this blue for a nice clean. This was a clean 10 to, this was actually 15 points, right? We took 10 points out of it. But it was a nice, nice clean entry, very little heat, very little retrace on our side. Now everything is just, very, very tight. Not much moving around. We are 10 minutes away from the open. We'll wait. I have a feeling today, guys, we're going to be sleepwalking pretty much the morning because I think everybody is kind of waiting for NVIDIA to set the tone, which is why, by the way, everybody, we're doing a special session 3:30 today. I'll post the link when I'm done. We're going to trade. We're going to trade the NVIDIA earnings on a straddle basis. We're going to go long the S&P or long NASDAQ, short S&P, whatever we decide is going to be the strong side. See if we can get an account funded, in one single trade on a new straddle. How do you get the dots indicator? You become part of my coaching. Let me give you my coaching link, and then you will get it for like a full 6 months. So you have a whole big access to it. Didn't I just say I had a big desk that could devolve very rapidly? Yes, Reginald. What is that? The more empty space you have, the more shit you're going to fill it with. Yeah, we also have minutes and then NVIDIA. Those are the big things that 8-foot butcher block countertop. Yeah. Honestly, it's really about the space. It's not about the aesthetics, right? Well, Remso, come join us because we have really, really good coaching sessions. We most of the guys who come in and coaching with me. Oh, I gotta sneeze. Oh God. This whole spring to summer transition killing me right now. Sorry, guys. Anyways, like I think the industry standard is like 10-15% of traders, I think at the high end, get funded. I am up to like 75% of my coaching students getting funded is that they get to the funded stage, and then a lot of them are already getting paid out stage. So that's the whole point. The whole point of coaching is like 6 months of very, very steady techniques of how we get it done, what we do. You begin to understand it. You begin to really feel comfortable with price action. You begin to understand scalping. And it really, I think, makes a big difference. I mean, everybody, guys, tell Enzo if you like coaching. Let me know. Everybody who's in coaching seems to really enjoy it. Yes, the dots is my own proprietary indicator that we made, and it's what we're doing right now is we're using dots in combo with ICT order blocks, which have lots of different variations. I'm actually going to produce my version of ICT order blocks, the one that I have over here, this particular indicator. I think the easiest thing to do instead of trying to just create yet another indicator is wrap the code into the BFF dots code. Like I'm going to update the BFF dots code with ICT order blocks turned on. And then there'll just be like a single click on button that says, show me the order blocks, and it will show the order blocks. And then we'll just update the one indicator, and it'll be just much easier. All right, we got about 9 minutes to go. So here's the thing. This is another thing you want to understand, the nuance of price action. This is a white dot. It's a buy dot, right? It's against a red sell condition. The red sell condition has been in place for quite a while, so I'm not sure I would really be the kind of knee-jerk trade here is to sell the white dot, not to buy it, but to sell it, because it's operating against a sell condition. But at very worst, what you may not want to sell it because it's already been kind of like a long selling cycle here. You've took a few sell trades and made money. At very minimum, you should not be a buyer of this dot because it is coming from a lower low. It's coming from a position of weakness, and it's much better to be patient. If the buyers really want to come back and control the market, if this isn't just a tiny little knee-jerk trade, they'll print another dot. And once you have two consecutive higher high dots, you're going to feel a lot more comfortable that buyers want to change this structure to the upside. But until they do, until they show you that they can hold the market higher, you don't need to guess. You don't need to guess. Thank you. Yes, the only drawback is I have a big potty mouth, and I don't hold back. But if you can withstand my potty mouth, you can be fine with my coaching. The dots are written for TradingView, Donald. It's a TradingView indicator and a Wealth Charts indicator. It was like a couple of verses. TradingView indicator, Wealth Charts. That's why somebody was asking me, can you make one for a NinjaTrader? And my answer was yes. I eventually will make one for NinjaTrader. I even have one for MetaTrader for people who are who are still on MetaTrader. But yes, it's platform. It has to be platform dependent. All right. Here's the thing. I do have positive dot signals here. If you want to, maybe we'll do it on this account. I was going to say, I don't want to, it's 5 minutes before the market open. I don't really love doing this, but fine. I'll play. I'll play just to show you this is a legit signal. I don't like the fact that it's before market open because you're always going to get retraces. But, if I'm going to trade this, fine, I'll trade it. I don't love it, but it's a legitimate setup. So let's let it play out. Let's see if they want to rally. If the buyers have enough juice to carry it higher. We got about 5 minutes to the open, so we'll let it play out. Renzo, what kind of trading do you like to do? I'll be honest with you. We're all degenerate traders in this room. What I mean by that is that, and of course it's not working out. Is that we trade some of the more successful guys in this room. Where's astrologer? Oh, I got stopped out. So I had a bad vibe on this. I told you it was going to be kind of a shitty trade, but I wanted to take it because it was a legitimate setup. So we'll wait patiently now for the market to reopen or to open, and then we'll look for a better setup and see if we can try to recover this trade. Where's astrologer? I'm actually curious. Why don't you guys type into chat, let people know the average amount of trades you guys do a day. I'm actually really, really curious. Let's do a poll, actually. You know what? Let's do a poll. Let's do a new poll. How many trades do you do per day? Option 1 is going to be 20 or less. Option 2 will be 20 to 40. and option 3 will be 40 or more. 40 or more. Create, start, and show. Hang on, I just want to move this around. All right, guys, vote. And we're dumping in front of the market. Big dump on the move. Which, by the way, that's why you have the tight stops. You know, if the trade didn't work, there was zero reason to take anything more than we took out of that trade. Trade. See, it's degenerates only. Look at the voting. Look at the voting. Look at the voting. This gives you an idea of the kind of trading we do, so that you can figure out if this is your style. Interesting. I notice all the ladies, by the way, are doing 20 or less. Ari. Impetuous trades. Ben takes impetuous trades. You're being impetuous, man. I do too. And that's why I basically now force myself into setup structures. Because even just a 5-minute pause, a 10-minute pause in a setup structure really paces you from doing stupid ass stuff. I bet you, like, if you were to do an analysis, I wish I could. I think I could actually probably write the code for that. The trade analyzer that I showed you, that's going to be, by the way, Kathy really loved it. So she's taking it for Prop Trader Edge. Just to let you guys know, that trade analyzer, we're going to put that on Prop Trader Edge for everybody to use. So if you ever want to just, do a full analytical brainstorm of your trades, she'll do some videos to let you guys know. But that's going to be there. But what I was going to say is, one of the things that I'd love to do in that trade analyzer was how quickly I bet you lose your account in less than 20 minutes. Every single blow up that I can think of forensically was 10, I would say honestly, 10 minutes. 10 minutes of horrendously bad trading. So what's fascinating about that is you lose accounts not almost as a function of time more than a function of price. Right? If you think about that, I mean, it's a combination of both. But if you spaced the time, you probably wouldn't have hit the price. At VWAP, yes, English at VWAP. But we're not trading it. Market open coming in. They sold hard into the market open. Now we just kind of wait patiently, see what they where they want to go. This is obviously big sell block operating from 923 New York Open. This is here comes the big New York Open rip and grip or pump and dump candle. Look at that move. That move was just massive. We're going to let this breathe. It's the first 2-3 minutes. We're going to let them breathe, see what they want to do, because the vol is just going to expand radically. Right now, as you're looking at this, if this candle closes, it's a sell, right? But because it's still operating under that sell block condition here. But this is an opening candle, and it can just be a total reversal move here. I kind of, I will do this. Join ask. Oh, no, I didn't. Oh, big mistake. Okay. I ate that. I was like, let me see if I can make the S. But no, they're just ramping it harder and join bid. Okay, I'm in the trade. How much time do I have? 42 seconds. Ooh, big moves. Now I'm like I'm all over the place here. Sorry guys. I'm not waiting for the setups here. I'm not waiting for the setups. Sorry. I'm rushing these trades. I thought it was the candle closing here. All right, let's wait for this candle to close. Let's see if it holds the white dot. Let's see where I'm at. Ooh. Big bop. I let myself eat this trade. Okay, we'll come back and reorganize ourselves. All right, blew through all the opening range sells. Let's see what we want to do on the buy side. I still think it looks, I don't know, maybe they're going to run the highs, and if they do, we'll join them for the highs. But for right now, I don't have any signals because the dots are not there. This is the first dot that's showing up. Let's see if it holds. Running for London session highs. This is astrologer's favorite trade. Fade the highs once they run through them. But they can't hold them. They can't hold the trade yet. Ooh, big reversals. I think I got ticked out. Yes, I ticked out on this account. So here's the other aspect of what I try and do, which is how I basically segregate my risk. This account got hurt badly because I just sort of over leveraged and oversized this. I'm going to put this back to 1. But the cool thing is I'm going to go back to the other accounts, which are net positive, and work those nice and quietly until I come back to this account a little bit later and try to nurse it back to health. Right now, we have a buy signal and we have a big buy drop over here into a sell signal. So the natural trade here, actually the natural trade is to buy market and see if it bounces, but it doesn't. So again, this buy level, not really working. But because I'm only at 1 on this thing. If it doesn't work and it doesn't pop back up, but it does, let me see if I'm going to be right here. I'm just going to be boom. I'm going to take a little bit of a clip because this was a huge sell-off. Fine. Looks like the sellers really want to establish the selling conditions back to the lows. We will now reorient ourselves towards the sell side in this particular case, right? The buyers came in. I bought the dip here. It really stressed me out. Came back up, made a little bit of a clip here, and now I'm just going to wait patiently to see how they want to align themselves as far as selling. This was a market open, big reversal. One of the things that you got to be very careful on a lot of these trades. I'm going to go to the next account, 48. Join ask. I'm short here, and I'm going to put a stop over here and try to. There we go. Flatten out. Boom. Oops. Sorry. It's very hard for me to do and talk at the same time. So I'm forced to kind of cover my trades. But what I wanted to do was move my target right away to this trade. I would have made a bigger target. Anyways, I'm going to just trade, and then you guys just watch what I'm doing, and I'll explain later. Okay, selling into the lows, dots over here. See if I can, if we get additional sell momentum. This is now coming into the lows, so it can easily bounce off the London lows. We'll let it play itself out. Once they break the London lows, I think we have more selling to go. We'll see. First 10 minutes, it's like always mayhem. It's really hard to talk and do at the same time. So I got to focus on doing. So I was trying to press this low and into the VWAP. So not an area you really want to sell into. So I'll watch carefully. Let them rally back up. See if we can get selling from there. Have to be patient here because the market is pretty much chopping, consolidating. Either this is the bottom, and they're going to take another 4 or 5 minutes before they can reverse the flows, or we'll sell the blue over here. I don't have a sell block operating above here, so I don't really have a lot of confidence that I want to sell the blue. See, now we're starting to rally back up towards New York session highs. Okay. And I sold that blue because, we still had red slope. The idea was, I think the probability was that, that they were going to kind of exhaust this move, and that worked fine. Now we just wait patiently. Shaw just says London highs is going to go short. It didn't quite match. It didn't quite get there. We're still pretty choppy over here. So according to the poll, half the room is at 20 or less. About 40% of the room is at between 20 and 40, and 15% is at 40 or more on the polls. All right, we're going to stop the poll, hide it. Interesting. But does make sense. Does make sense the way we're trading. All right, we're holding the 8 SMA. Buyers sort of holding themselves so far. Feels like they're gearing themselves up for a run to the highs. Getting a white dot here, that's a legit long dot. If it holds, we'll take it. If it holds. All right. Taking quick profits here, guys. I can't explain just because the price action is super fast. So I'm just taking quick profits. I kind of realized I have to trade and then explain afterwards. I can't explain while I'm doing it because it totally takes off my concentration. But you'll see the ideas. We're at London highs. If you have patience and you're holding against this very large stop, it's probably going to go higher. We're probably going to run the 200, but I just have no patience to hold that trade. So here's the London highs at the 172. Seeing we're going higher. See, making fresh session highs, breaking London highs. Good job, astrology. That was definitely a good scalp short. I'm just trying to trade this for the longer extension move. Let's see if the buyers can press through the 200 and break out 200. So I have a small size on this. We'll see if the buyers can do it. If they can't, we're gonna eat the loss. But it's only on one contract, so it's fine. No, they just completely reversed this move. This was just basically a fade move. So we'll find. We'll wait for the next setup and then reconfigure our trades. So if I can get a dot here, that would be a bullish dot, engulfing dot, and that probably would be a good run for the secondary move to the highs. No, buyers really can't hold it. Now it's starting to get the sellers coming in, and now it turns into really a selling trade at this point. They failed to hold the highs. This is a sell momentum trade. Wow, they're really turning it around. No, chop city, man. No, not enough continuation. Just enough, but not enough continuation. All right, let's see what the next setup wants to bring us here. Wow. Okay. Let's see if we want to reverse ourselves. I'm going to wait patiently to see if this dot holds. Then I'm going to reverse myself. Oh, doesn't hold. I'm waiting to see where the next dot comes from. Looks like the sellers are going to start taking control again, so I'm going to wait. I join the sellers if this dot holds. All right, good job. We resolved that trade. There's a classic, perfect reversal for us. Market finally found a direction to the downside. So we will run that nicely. Now we're going to deal with, which one do I want to deal with? I want to deal with this one, I think. Try to bring this one back. So we got a little bit of whipsaw. I got too excited on this breakout of New York highs. Got totally faked out, and this was a very bad trade to take. I always, scream never take trades that have like a 50-point risk, which is what this trade had. But I took it because I wanted to show you trades because a lot of new people in the room. It's always a bad thing for me to want to show you trades instead of taking the right trades. And of course, we paid for that. Now we have to spend the next couple of hours off screen trying to recover a lot of the stuff, but I will. And the key thing is obviously just focus on finding right size risk, proper control, and then increase your size into entry if you're wrong. But I got sloppy on the open. Now I'm gonna have to spend the afternoon or the morning trying to clean it up. But I will, and you'll see. Hopefully by 3 o'clock, I have 2 accounts that I need to clean up. I think one of them for sure I will be able to clean up. Okay, this is an interesting sell signal for us. There's a blue against the red, right? And we'll do it on this one in the small size. Did I get in? Yeah, I got in. And let me just clean that up. Boom. And see, I cleaned up that account a little bit, and I'll clean it all up back to positive in just a second. So when you know when setups to take, how to focus on them, how to make sure that they are right risk, you're cooking with gas. I got a little sloppy today, honestly, because I was very happy about getting the account to funded stage, which I did it by just grinding out, and I lost a little bit of control. Thank you. Yep, I faded the blue. That was an easy, clean trade for like 20 points, right? That was basically like $40 on a single contract in less than a minute, that's sort of like our ideal trade. Like if you're sort of thinking about where you want to be in terms of perfect execution and perfect scalp mode, every trade during U.S. market hours, 20-point trade, that's $40. 1 minute trade, you try to do 10 of those trades, you're at $400 on the scalp size. And obviously, if you're trading more accounts, you can do bigger size. But if you get into that sweet spot of consistently making $400 off of a single contract on 10 trades, that is absolutely the greatest skills you can have, because then you can make money on any market, any size, with really, really good consistency. But it's good job, astrology. You're up 637 for the day. Very good, very good. But you're still, man. You're degenerate. You're degenning, man. You're trying to buy bottom, sell tops. When the whole thing here is, you want to sell retraces, and stay. Like right now, the dominant trade is the sell trade. Until we turn around, the dominant trade is the sell trade. You want to find perfect sell entries. You don't want to be buying dips here. Trade FOMC? No, we're not going to trade FOMC, but we are going to trade NVIDIA. 330 to 430 NVIDIA earnings coming out. We're going to straddle those earnings. That should be a really interesting trade for the new accounts. I hope you guys have some accounts at Apex that you've saved. We're going to use those for our new straddle trades. This is the 10 o'clock stall. We got nothing going on here. Kind of everything consolidating around the VWAP. It might be very quiet for a little bit. Good morning, everybody. We traded around the 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock trade, by the way, was the best. You notice like that's really the greatest time. Easiest money, no volatility, directionally pretty good. All of those, like when you go on an hourly basis, this is like when you make the most money. The open 9:30, 10:30, always a fucking shitstorm. And I made the mistake of like talking while I was trading, which also just exacerbated the thing, but that's fine. Yeah, that sounds good. Astrologer. But we're very, very tight now. Like market is just sort of, we kind of a higher double bottom, kind of tight, but very little conviction either way. So the best thing right now is to do nothing. We're just, floating around doing nothing. This is if this red dot appears, not taking it because it's actually a higher red. You see, this is a lower red. Maybe it'll work, but I'd rather be safe than sorry in this sense. I will wait. If they're going to run the reds, they'll run them lower here to the lows. If they don't, it's actually kind of a stupid trade. In many ways, it was actually a good buy trade because it was higher low, and I should have thought about that while taking it. But it was definitely not a good sell trade. Like if the sellers want to come in, they'll bring this down here. They'll bring it down. It's interesting. The slope is positive. A lot of two-way price action, a lot of tug of war here. Slope turns red, so sellers have a little bit of a control here, but still kind of unable to break the lows. Now it's starting to push the lows a little bit here. Let's see what they want to do. Oh. Nope. See how tight the market is? They're probing highs, probing lows, but not holding them. Kind of shows you nobody has any conviction in the market right now. But all this selling getting absorbed, right? And the fact that it's getting absorbed at higher lows, if they start pulling this higher, and more importantly, if they can take out the highs over here, we get an engulfing dot the other way. That will be a bullish signal. Maybe it'll take a couple more candles for us to do this, but if it's going to be a turn, that's what it needs to. That's what we need to see for us to see a real turn. We need this highs get taken out. This is not the kind of trading that we do here, Vinish. I don't give you targets. I don't give you buy signals, okay? You're watching me scalp using my indicator, my strategy. Come hang out with us. Learn how we trade. All right, as I said, this it's basically actually 2,900, right? We take out 2,900. That's the area we want. What's the highs here? 98. That's the engulfing dot that we want. Until then, jury's still out on the turn. Slope's still red also. Not really. Oh, and coming back down. See, so buyers can't hold it. It's like watching the ocean, selling comes in, retreats a little bit, more selling. It's a question of, who's got the bigger wave. Buyers seem to be getting the bigger wave right now. They're running that 98 level, which is giving us that dot. Tradingview, Donald. This would be trade. We trade either wealth charts or Tradeovate with TradingView provides really good signals. Wow, look at that! We're getting the sellers completely just killed the buyers. This is an engulfing. This is a real we'll call it disappointment candle, right? The buyers came in, the sellers came in. I'm going to try and sell this. All right, I'm in against this particular high and see if we can get downside price action. There we go. Super fast, nice clean price action into this one. So yeah, I mean, we had to be super patient to see how they were going to develop the price, the price movements, but eventually they tipped the scale, which way they want to go. It's probably more selling to be done here. On this candle against this high, I think it's probably going to go lower, but we took what we could at this point, got ourselves out of it. Still, really a lot of just the battle continues. But it really does look like the sellers now starting to take a little more control. So if you were a little bit more patient, you could have pressed this much lower. This is like now starting to. It all depends on your level of patience. If you had held this, you would have had much deeper, better profits. To the downside, because the sellers really, you could just tell them. You could see the selling momentum really start to operate as the dots start to print. That's why this is such a good indicator. Really, when you zoned in, you know what the fuck is going on, it really tells you the story very well. Anybody take that short with me, guys? Anybody get into that? Yes, no? Now we're coming down to the VWAP, coming down to the lows. See if they want to crash. This is the double bottom here. Michael took that. Good job. You probably who got more money out of it than me? Who took like 30, 40 points out of that? Did you hold that longer, Cheryl? That was a really nice 62 to 20, like it was about 25 points to the downside. That's great, Jethama. We only trade NQ. We are in the business of one product, one scalp, one setup, right? We're very focused. We're very specialized. We don't care about ES, gold, or anything else, or YM, because we're not position trading. Our trades take 30 seconds. You snooze, you lose. So you don't get to look at other instruments or other structures. Look at that. Clean sour. Good. All right, here we go. London lows, New York lows, the VWAP broken, starting to accelerate. Probably going to run the 29,000. I mean, that's the next level here, and we got the sell. So here we are. We got the sell block coming up. Basically now, for us, because we're not chasing price to the downside, we're going to wait, see if we can get any blue candles. I'm going to start shorting those blue candles. There we go. There comes a big ass blue. Look at this move. What happened? Wow. News? Is there news? This feels like a news candle. This does not feel like a we're gonna let this go here for a second, but let's see what happened on this. Is this a news? No news. Big pop, man. That is a big pop. We obviously don't chase that big pop, but it's interesting what that pop was. Obviously we're letting this go because the risk here is just massive. But that was interesting. I mean, if it's news, if it's something, newsworthy, then sometimes I'll jump on it just because it's news driven. But I mean, it does feel like it's news. It's hard to figure out where it's what's going on. It's just I don't see anything on immediate news that's breaking. Yeah, stop a book depth less than 2 million. Somebody swept it. Okay, I don't think there's anything. Nothing hitting. Comments from Trump on Iran in no hurry. No, that's 25 minutes ago. No. Wow, that was a big pop. Well, that changed the whole complexion. Now it becomes a buy bias versus a sell bias at this point. Okay, now the candle is still a big candle. 16. Wow, look at this. Look at these moves. Oof. New York session highs. Boom. Yeah, I had to take that. That was just too easy a trade. You knew they were going to break New York session highs and run right through it. That was just too easy a trade to not give up. Now it might retrace and you want to just kind of wait for the retraces, but that was just too easy a move. All right, we'll wait. Oil dropped. That could have been it. I haven't looked at oil. I haven't looked at oil. Yeah, look at it. Oil down $3, down to 100. Interesting. Again, Like, is it just they feel it is? It does feel like this is kind of next round of negotiations will be held in Islamabad. This is it. This is the news. After the Hajj season, Army leader may visit Iran tomorrow to announce the final version of the agreement text. That's what it's. I knew there must have been news behind it. Yeah. I'm not going to hold my breath. But this is like all the markings of a news trade. Yes, we're doing NVIDIA earnings 3:30 to 4:30. I'll post the link in a little bit. All right, now we're going to stay patient. We're going to look for the engulfing dot. As a matter of fact, like this is a yellow candle. If I get an engulfing dot here, we'll take another trade here to the upside. It does feel like the market wants to believe the news here, even though, it's probably the usual bullshit. Let's watch this over here. Nope, trade not holding. No trade, no trade, no trade. Next one, though, may be extending. Let's see. Next one is extending. This just missed the entry, and the next one really extended. Feels like the buyers, people really want to press the. Where's gold? Where's oil? Oil going to break 199. See 99. Oil breaking down. We got to go. If this thing holds here, we got to go. All right, in the trade here on this. No. Nope. Reversing me out. All right, I'm just gonna take a quick scalp here because I don't know how far it's gonna extend. I think it's gonna extend more, but my job is to try to bring this back down to flat, which is what I'm doing right now on this particular account. As you can see, that by segmenting account by account, even when I get in trouble with risk, I can bring the risk back and then, work to compound the reward. Like my whole job is to always mitigate the risk, compound the reward instead of trying to compound the reward and then, let the risk get out of hand. So this one, risk is coming back. This one is positive. This one is positive. And the other one I have to work on maybe for a couple of days because that one I really got into just a lot of stupid risk. But first, take care of this one. We'll try to mitigate this one. bringing back the reward, and so on and so forth. And that's how we kind of try to control the uncontrollable. Christopher says, "Don't be fooled by the news. U.S. will attack within a week." We'll see. We'll see. Yes, we are doing NVIDIA earnings 3:30. I'm going to post the link very soon, guys. We're almost done with today's trading. I think we the excitement is kind of done for now. Maybe maybe they're going to try and position against the FOMC numbers, unless they really. There's nothing that they're going to officially release right now because it's just negotiation, right? Next round, blah blah blah, blah blah blah. Oh man, Barney Frank died. Nice guy. Jesus. Just reading, see if there's anything else here. Really? Zero Hedge saying AI is going to lead to 300 million in layoffs? I don't think so. Big reversal coming down on the sell side. So kind of like, we sort of exhausted ourselves on the buy side here. Would I sell it? I probably would. I don't think this is a buy. I think this is more of a sell. But I'm going to hold off a little bit here. Yeah, it's definitely a sell. I got myself distracted with news, but I should have just simply traded this to the downside. This was a pretty clean sell. We gave up the that's one of the reasons why I gave up the rally pretty quickly, because if it wasn't going to break fresh session highs, there wasn't going to be much reason to want to be long this thing. It's it's a roller coaster, right? It's just a big roller coaster. Everybody's reacting algorithmically, not a lot of direction. So better safe than sorry today. Wait for cleaner setups, wait for better stuff. Yeah, exactly right. Trying to see if maybe we'll get an engulfing dot here, in which case worth trading to the upside, but we'll see. Not a lot of turn trades. I mean, this was a big turn trade, but it was such a volatile move that we just didn't want to commit to it. But this is clearly a huge turn trade. This is a nice, decent engulfing over the yellow. Maybe worth a shot here for us. So we can get an upside move here a little bit. Just missing that trade. 90, was it my target? 92.75. Yeah, just missing that move. Come on, baby. Come on. There we go. And look, I just wanted to show you again, grinding it out, back to flat, right? Again, what's the point? The point isn't to make money. The point is not to lose money. Making money is super easy. Making money is what happens when you just basically do the trades. The key risk is in trying to get the money back, right? Not to lose money. So that came back. I mitigated the account. Wasn't a glorious day today, but it was a really good day in grinding out and showing you how small size, structure, discipline, keeps you in the game. The more you stay in the game, the more 90% of life is just showing up, as Woody Allen once said. So you got to show up and hold your positions. I'm going to see you guys for NVIDIA. We're going to straddle that. We'll see how that works out. Maybe I'll try to run trade the other account a little bit, get that mitigated as well. But overall, actually, 3 out of 4 accounts are positive. I mean, this one is hardly positive. The one account that I actually really care about that I've been trading is this one that you guys haven't seen, this account, because this account is already in payout territory, but I need to get this to 27.7 to get full payout. So this is one that I was really kind of working on. I'll keep working on that one. And that's how it works, simple, clean, and hopefully productive for all of you guys. Thank you for hanging out with me today. That was a lot of fun. I'm glad you guys all enjoyed it. And I will see everybody. Some days, though, the trend is so strong, I only trade one side of every turn. Yeah, you're right. I mean, on a strong up day, all you want to do is just buy the buy turns. Buy the buy turns. Absolutely. I'll see everybody 3:30 for NVIDIA earnings. Come hang out with us. This should be a lot of fun for one shot, one kill trades. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. I'll see everybody a little bit later. Take care.